Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Ashley Cosgrove. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to build your pharmacy business with social media. If you're tuning in live, thank you for being here. If you're watching the recording, thank you for watching the recording. You guys are going to learn a lot tonight. So grab a pen, a pad, paper, glass of wine, your favorite drink, whatever it may be, and let's get started. Before I do get started, though, even though I just said it, if you have any questions that you want answered or that I didn't answer for you, go ahead and put them in the chat and I will try and answer them throughout my presentation. So the first thing that I do want to cover is, will this work for you? Will social media work for your business? And the short answer is yes, but there is a longer answer. If you are only seeing your social media as kind of a hobby, and you're not really using your social media as part of your actual business, then chances are it probably won't work for you. You need to change on social media from a hobbyist to a professional. You need to really, really, really consider your social media presence as part of your business. And once you do that, then social media will 100% work for you. With that being said, I wanted to talk about who your ideal client is. Now, normally I would ask in the chats, type who you think your ideal client is. I'm not going to do that tonight. A lot of the answers I typically get would be everybody, or women who like makeup, or women who want to start a business, or stay-at-home moms. And that is great, but we want to be very, very specific with our ideal clients. If you try to appeal to everybody, you'll appeal to no one. Now, with that being said, I wanted to read you a little bit about a girl named Lily. So let me tell you about Lily. Lily lives in Miami, Florida, and she makes these gorgeous crystal woven dream catchers and sells them on Etsy. She is 30 and married with a 5-year-old daughter. Lily was wanting to start promoting her dream catchers online through social media, but didn't exactly know how. And while she was scrolling through funny reels on Instagram, she came across one of my reels. Because Lily is witty, loves a good glass of white wine at the end of the day, and loves cheesy but funny rom-coms, she was immediately attracted to my account. She loved that my Instagram account was real, funny, gives some tough love, but also gives some really solid social media advice for business owners. After I privately DM'd her and thanked her for following my account, she decided to tell me she was having trouble figuring out the best way to showcase and sell her dream catchers on social. I let her know that when she's ready, I offer one-on-one consulting sessions and would be happy to build a social media plan with her when the time is right. She immediately booked a consulting session and now meets with me once a month to tweak her social media plan and goals. So, Lily isn't actually a real person. Lily is my ideal client, and I had to get so specific with Lily so that I knew exactly what type of content she would want seen on my social media so that I could attract people just like her. And that is exactly what you're wanting to do with your content. Now, I want you guys throughout this, I want you to really think about who your ideal client could be. I know that it could be a stay-at-home mom, but you really need to get specific. Where does she live? What's her name? Is she married? How many kids does she have? What does she like to do on the weekends? Where does she shop? And once you start really building that person and that ideal client, you'll know and you will have a better idea of what to post on your social. Now, once you start, you have your ideal client in mind, we're gonna talk attraction marketing. A lot of people get confused with attraction marketing, and they actually think that attraction marketing, when you use it, you shouldn't talk about what you sell at all. And that just is not the case, because if you're not talking about your business, nobody will know what you do, and nobody will wanna buy or support anything from you. So, what is attraction marketing? Attraction marketing is providing free, valuable educational content for your audience to consume, talking about why you want why you need what you're selling, not why they need it. I think that's really important. Once you talk about your why and you're constantly saying, why this company changed your life, why this makeup is the best for you, best for your skin. And you're not saying, hey, like, this is gonna be the best for you. This is why you need this. This is why you need this. And you really focus more on why you need it. People are going to feel a lot more comfortable with you. You want them to like, know, and trust you. And so you want to build an emotional connection with your audience by talking about your why and by talking about you and not necessarily why they need what you're selling. Which also goes into our last bullet point, which is talking to your audience as a person and not as a salesman. This is so important. And this is why attraction marketing is working so well on social media right now, is because we want to build connections. We don't want people to come to our social media and think, oh, this girl doesn't really, want to build a connection with me. She just wants my money. We don't want that. We want to build these personal connections with our clients and with the people on our social media so that we can get to know them, so that they can get to know us, not just because we want them to buy a product from us. We really like to use the golden rule on social media, which is treat others the way you want to be treated. If you want to be sold like you want to be hard sold all the time, which I know none of us do, then do that online. But if you want businesses or people to build genuine connections with you, to really, really like what you're doing and really understand you as a client or as a person, then that's really what you need to be doing with your social media. What is considered valuable content? That is a great question, and I'm going to go over a little bit about that right now. So social media, there is a formula for their content. So 70% of everything that you should be posting should be for content engagement and reach. Now, what that means is this 70% of your content should be based on trying to get people to engage with your account, building that community, and then also reaching people who aren't already following you. 20% should be that trust and affinity. Why should they buy from you? What makes you different from the next person, from their neighbor? 20% should really be building that like, know, and trust. That should be your personal pictures, pictures of you, pictures of your why, stuff like that. And then only 10% of everything that you post should really be a hard sale. I know right now, Black Friday was a perfect time to be doing those hard sales. But now that we're kind of away from that, you kind of want to focus on, why you're grateful for December, what is coming up. If you have any, well, we're going to talk about that, but if you have any new products for December, which I know you do, you can talk about that, but I recommend doing that over lives, which we are going to talk about here later on in the training. So you want to make sure that whoops, there we go. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are really trying to connect with your audience and really trying to build that like, know, and trust and getting them to engage on your account and create a community before sales, because sales will come naturally when you're doing that. People, when they like, know, and trust you, they want to help you. A lot of the time, people are going to buy from you not because of the product, but because they like you. So you really want to keep that in mind when you are selling on social. Hi, Anna, nice to see you. So there are 3 types of social media content: photos, which build reach and trust; videos, which also build reach and trust; and then Instagram and Facebook stories, which build trust and is a great place to sell. Now, I do want to point out that videos for 2020 and 2021 are the #1 source of content out there. They perform really well in all algorithms on all social media platforms right now. And they're really something that if you're not already utilizing in your business, you should be utilizing right now. Melba mentioned that LaDonna was doing great videos, and if you guys have access to that boot camp thing, I'm sure that she can talk to you about it. But go and look at her videos. I heard she's dominating, and she's doing exactly what she should be doing, which is posting videos. Videos should be top of mind and should be the #1 type of content that you are posting. And then, of course, sales are great on stories, any stories, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, because they go away. It's really great. So when you're selling on your feed, all of those sales posts kind of clutter up your feed. And when someone finds your account and they go to your feed and they see all these sell posts, they're going to be like, ugh, all they're doing is selling me, like they don't care about me, and then they're just not gonna follow. So, but when you're selling on stories, it's a lot easier to sell a little bit more than 10% and not really seem salesy, because if need be, they can skip it. But videos do get 38% more engagement than pictures, and they do get a little over 2 times more comments than images. So again, if video isn't part of your game yet, really, really try and get that going. So now we are going to talk about why hashtags are important. Now, hashtags are only valuable on Instagram, and I have to go over 2 things. 1, do not use hashtags on Facebook. If you're using them now, stop, because Facebook tried doing hashtags, it failed, and so now they actually deprioritize content in the algorithm if they have hashtags. So it's best to keep hashtags on Twitter and on Instagram. Now, if you want to grow your pharmacy business on Instagram, you have to make sure that your Instagram is set to public. If you try and use hashtags or you try and promote your content on a private account, nobody will see your content. So it is very important that if you are trying to grow your pharmacy business on Instagram, go ahead and right now, before you forget, set your profile to public. Okay, so why are hashtags important? Hashtags, the main reason that you should be using hashtags is so people outside of the people following you can see your content. This is a great free way to advertise to people who aren't already following you. This is huge, and this is free right now. And then we want to utilize anything that's free that will get us a lot of exposure. Hashtags is one of those ways to do it. It'll help you establish a better following. How many hashtags can you use? I recommend you use all 30. I don't see why you would only use 10 when you can use up to 30. And the reason for that is each hashtag on Instagram is like a separate timeline or a separate feed. Why would you only want to be on 10 extra timelines when you can be on 30? You know what I'm saying? So when people are like, oh, don't use all your hashtags, no, use all your hashtags. So you can use up to 30 on your posts, and then you can use 10 in Instagram stories. The reason why you want to do this is because the better your post does on a hashtag, the higher it ranks until it's a top post. Right now, disclaimer, as of whatever day it is, the 10th of December, Instagram has temporarily muted recent posts on hashtags due to the election. I don't see this changing until after January. But right now, if you can see the picture on the screen, it says top and then it says recent. That recent place is gone, so you can't look at recents right now. I still recommend using your hashtags. I still do get a lot of engagement from hashtags, just not as much as I normally would if that recent tab was still available. Now, you want to rank top on hashtags. You do that by using all 30, because the higher you rank on all 30, the higher you're going to get until you're eventually number 1. So as you can see, I was ranked the number 1 picture on this particular hashtag, and then it also shot me up to the profile picture of that hashtag. That is exactly what you are looking for. And then hashtags also increase your organic engagement, which will help with your follower count. So as you can see, I reached about 3,000 accounts with a particular post. 2,000 of those accounts were from hashtags, and 2,000 of those people from hashtags were not following me, which is insane. And it was free. Using hashtags are free. It's free. I was put in front of 2,000 accounts for free. So this is a very cheap way to get seen. So use your hashtags. Where should you put them? I highly recommend that you put them in the first comment. You can put them in your caption, but I do want to caution you, if you do, it does make your caption look a little muddy. And it also, what happens is if, say, you're sending this post straight to a Facebook page, all of those hashtags are going to go with it. And like I said earlier, Facebook deprioritizes posts with hashtags. So I recommend maybe keeping it to the first comment if you are sending them over to Facebook. But if you do decide to have them in the first comment, you have to remember to add your hashtags as soon as you post. And I always get jumbled saying this, so hopefully it comes out right, but let me try and explain it. So say if you're going to post a post and you forget to post your hashtags on there for 2 hours, your post has no hashtags for 2 hours, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, and you go and put hashtags on there, your post is not going to show up on the Resets tab up at the top. It's going to show up with all of the posts that were posted 2 hours ago. So that means chances are nobody's going to see your post in the hashtags. So you want to make sure that when you post a post, you immediately put hashtags in the first comment. I can't see. What am I doing? Okay. What is the best time of day to post? There is generally no best time and day to post that'll do well for all Instagram, all LinkedIn, all Facebook accounts. What you need to do is you need to head on into your insights and you need to check and see which best times of day and what days are best for your account and your following. Now, something that's really important is you cannot do this on a personal Instagram account and you cannot do this on a personal Facebook account. You have to have a Facebook business page and you either have to have a Instagram creator or business account. All of that is free. If you have a Instagram that is a personal Instagram right now, you can just change it straight to a creator or business account for free. It's in your settings. So if you haven't already, I highly recommend going and doing that. Now, I guess obviously we all want to know, okay, this is great, Ashley, but like I'm posting my content, nobody is engaging. How do I get people to engage with me? There are 3 ways. You have a caption strategy, you have a hashtag strategy, and you engage with people in their DMs. Now, I'm going to go over these. A caption strategy is really important. You want to make sure that you are crafting a caption that gets people to interact with you. So when someone posts a picture and they say, the sky is blue, do you think anyone's going to comment and be like, the sky is blue? No, they're probably not. But if someone were to post a post and be like, oh, I really love the color blue, what's your favorite color? Chances are people will be like, oh yeah, my favorite color is yellow, my favorite color is red. And that'll get people to comment on your posts and it'll create a conversation with your clients, which will lead to sales. You can have so just to reiterate, ending your captions with a call to action is great, or a question is perfect. So if you can do that on every single caption that you do, you're golden. Have a hashtag strategy. Use all 30. And then you want to make sure that you are using hashtags that your ideal client will be looking at. For example, my ideal client, Lily, she's probably not going to look up the hashtag social media, like ever. I don't think she'll look up hashtag social media marketing. I don't think she'll look up hashtag social media marketer, but she might look up hashtag Etsy seller tips or hashtag Etsy seller stores because she's an Etsy seller. She has a store, and that is the type of content that she wants to see. So you want to make sure that the hashtags that you're using coincide with what your ideal client is looking at. And then lastly, you want to engage with people in your DMs. This is so important. Sales are made in the DMs. What I mean by that is exactly what I just said. I don't even need to reiterate it. So how do you do this? You, whenever somebody follows you, or even for me, when someone likes my posts or they comment on my posts, you can go to that person's profile, look at their latest post, study it, read it genuinely, and then send them a DM and say, hey, Carla, I saw that you just got a new kitten. She is so adorable. What's her name? And that's it. I'm not saying go and sell to people every time they follow you. Do not do that. But it is great for you to thank them for following you and to start building a conversation and building that trust without selling at all. Because that lets them know that, hey, she's not in it for the sale. She's in it to build a connection. And you know what? She reached out to me when most people don't. And so if I was ever thinking of unfollowing her, I'm not anymore. So building those connections will build long-lasting relationships with your clients. And that is why you DM people. You can also take this strategy and you can use it in the hashtags with people that aren't already following you. You can start DMing them, building a conversation based off of the content that they're posting. It's really easy. Sales are made in the DMs. I'm gonna say it, that's the last time I'll say it, but you need to make sure that you are really, really, really taking advantage of your DMs. Now, what if people still aren't engaging with you? You're doing all of that and you still get no engagement. Chances are you're not providing value. Now, what I mean by that is I provide free social media tips on my Instagram and on my Facebook. I'm providing value to my business owners. They don't have to pay for this, it's free. Now, for example, for you guys, if you wanted to do contour tutorials or you wanted to do a makeup tutorial, that is providing value. So if people aren't engaging with you, you're probably not providing value. You're not speaking to your ideal client. If your ideal client is 60 years old and you're mad that nobody on Instagram is engaging with you, that is because you're not speaking to your ideal client. 60-year-olds are not on Instagram. So you need to either change platforms or you need to change your ideal client. And lastly, you're not posting consistently. This is huge. The algorithm relies heavily on people that they know will provide quality content consistently. And if you are not posting almost every single day, they aren't gonna think that your content is consistent, and so they're gonna push you lower in the feed. So you wanna make sure that you are posting almost every day to make sure that you are up high in the algorithm for any platform. Now, let's talk about going live. I hope, let's see. If anyone in the chats, type yes if you're going live. I'll give you a minute. On anything. Yes, LaDonna, awesome. All right, is anyone going live on Instagram or Facebook? Awesome. Or LinkedIn. Okay, perfect. Lots of yeses. Great. Okay, going live is amazing. I love live because it proves to your clients that you're showing up for them. And that is what they want. That is all they want. They want you to show up. So why should you go live? It helps you reach a bigger audience. The great thing about live is exactly what I'm about to tell you. So let me just get through this. Okay, it helps you build a bigger audience. You're prioritized in the algorithms. You'll get story priority, and it gives you content that you can repurpose. Going live is amazing because you get special treatment, basically. This is crazy. Like Instagram and Facebook will give you special treatment and will give this content special treatment just because you're going live for free. So what I mean by that is people will start getting push notifications saying, hey, LaDonna went live. Or you will start seeing on your stories when you pull up Instagram, it'll say, Beth's story when she's live will be the very first one that you see. You get priority. They give you special treatment when you go live. And this is great when you're trying to build a following and you're trying to prove to your audience that you are consistent, you are showing up, and you want to give them all the value that you can. It's also great because you can save your lives. You can save them on every platform, and then you can repurpose that content and put it on your feed or on Reels or on anything, really. But the fact that you have now this content that you didn't have to make again, it's the best thing that could ever happen. This is like one of the main reasons you should be going live, and you should be repurposing your content because only a fraction of your audience will go live with you. We all know this. And so chances are a lot of people aren't going to see your live. That's why you need to repurpose the content that you had when you were going live. Okay. I can't see this. I have like the chat pulled up. Okay, live ideas, great live ideas to draw engagement. So some great live videos, if you're not already going live, would be answering FAQs, showing some behind the scenes of your life or of your business, giving some tips and tricks. This is really great. I just saved a reel that used to be alive of some girl that did a nose contour, because nobody knows how to contour their nose. I don't know how to do it, but I saw the reel and it was repurposed live content, and I was like, this is perfect. I'm saving this. So do tips and tricks on your live and then reuse that. That is so valuable. And then of course, new product reveals. So I know that you guys have December products that just came out. Doing those new product reveals, opening up the packages on live, perfect. Now, are lives the best type of video content? On Facebook, yes. On LinkedIn, yes. On Instagram, no. It has now been taken over. It used to be #1. It's not anymore. Now we have Reels. What's poppin'? Don't mind me, just watch. Okay, we have Reels now, which are short, anywhere from, this one was 7 seconds, to 30-second videos that are fun, that are entertaining, that get people to just consume content of yours. The great thing about Reels right now is it is very, very easy to reach a large audience and fast. If you thought that you got special treatment from lives, you get so much more special treatment from Reels. Reels has its own little section on Instagram now that you can just click and then you see all these Reels. That is new. That is not going away. Reels are highly ranked in the Instagram algorithm. One of my friends decided to post 1 reel a day for 30 days, and she came out of it with 10,000 followers. And it's because of the algorithm. What Instagram does is it will analyze your video, not even the caption, just the video. It'll analyze the video, and then it'll put that video in front of people they think will like it. And if those people do like it, then they will just keep showing it to people, because Instagram wants all of its users to be consuming Reels content. That is like their #1 goal right now. And it is also easy to show up on the Explore page with Reels. So easy, so easy. I get DMs all the time of people saying, oh my gosh, you're on my Explore page, or, you know, I just saw you on my Explore page for like the 3rd time. And the great part about it is Reels do not expire for a very long time. What I mean by that is, a lot of the time, you know how you have to post something to your feed once a day because the one that you posted yesterday is so low in the algorithm now, no one's gonna comment or see it. With Reels, you have a good 2 weeks of like solid exposure with Reels. Like 2 whole weeks of people looking at your Reels, which is crazy. And it's free, like free. Instagram is free. And so this is amazing. So if you are not utilizing Reels, I highly recommend that you do, and you start doing that now. Okay, so that really sums up my presentation. I didn't see any other questions from y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here with a freebie, which is if you head on over to ashleycosgrove.com/pharmacy, you can download a free e-guide on how to create the perfect post. I am always on Instagram, so if you want to connect and you want some free tips, go ahead and head on over there so we can be friends. And that was it. Whoops. Oh, it all went away. All right, well, there it is. All right.
Turn off the recording.
What?
The recording's still going. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, I think. Where did it go?
Yeah, it says it's still recording.
Okay, let me get back in there. Okay.
You're welcome, Katie. Confused with